Now, when we talk about what is in it for 2021 and beyond, that's where we see that majority, as I've mentioned here, majority of the critical infrastructure owners, the operators, the business leaders are now trying to adapt to this new critical infrastructure bill that is still under progress, but it is most likely to be passed soon. And if you see some of the key indicators based on where exactly the when I mean, again, this is based on the top question that is being asked across the industry, right? What are the top three risk areas that you see in your in your infrastructure? And as you see top there, is building the operational resiliency. So that's something that majority of the companies and security leaders have responded, telling that yes, this is one of the areas where we really need to put some focus and thoughts on, and 2021 and beyond is going to be purely enhancing our our operational security journey. Also, some of the key trends what we're seeing is that majority of the organization, as I mentioned earlier, within the as laid out very well by the Gartner OT cybersecurity journey, the organizations which are now deploying reactive based mechanisms are slowly moving into the phase 5, phase 6, which is more on a proactive side, more on having dedicated solutions. So 75% of those organizations today in the market are expanding their risk management approach, expanding their OT cybersecurity real time detection and mitigations, building playbooks that can actually help them reduce their overhead, reduce the time that can actually help their analysts focus on their daily business problems rather than security incidents or mitigating those security incidents. The other key trend that's also driving this operational technology is growing. So as we have seen, the global OT market or the OT security market itself is going to grow at an exponential rate. It's going to be about $30.7 billion. It was already $13.7 billion in 2019, and it's exponentially going. So this clearly shows that the organizations are heavily investing in dedicated OT and IoT security solutions and not relying on their existing security defense mechanisms that are there. And the third most important thing, and that's why I kind of highlighted this, is because intelligence-led security is something that is a new area. These are the ones which are driving the detection elements of kind of the indicators of compromise in the network. So what we see here is if I have an adversary who's exploiting an existing vulnerability, what is the kind of action that he's going to take? What are the mitigation and plan of action that I have in place? Having a view of this and making an informed decisions when you're building your security strategy for your OT infrastructure, for your SCADA systems, for your DCS networks, and then creating an integration methodology where you can still use your existing event management, security incident event management systems or your source systems to basically orchestrate that, how that resonates within your existing security operations center, and not kind of replacing it, but I am now having an intelligence driven solution, and I can rely on a true intelligence that is actually helping me address the issues that I'm seeing today, where I don't have a way to protect them or where I don't have a way to remediate them, is one of the key things that we are going to see forward, right? So all these things, as of today, in the current era, we're pretty dynamic. We will see a lot more trends coming along. There will be more such regulations, more such standards like your IEC 62443, which is driving the manufacturing side of it. NIST has a cybersecurity V1.1 that they've clearly outlined what are the different controls that industry leaders need to adhere to, or critical infrastructure operators need to implement in their own networks. And there will be many more. So that's something that we all need to be aware of, keep our eyes open, and have, I would say, always have an eyes on glass view on your entire infrastructure, where this would help reduce the downtimes, reduce the OT is a very interesting term. So within the CIA CIA triage, what we see while there are not much, there is still confidentiality, there is still integrity, but I think the availability is the biggest factor. Because we cannot afford downtimes. We cannot afford being out of production for 1 to 2 weeks if there is a major incident. That's going to have a brand reputation impact. That's going to have a revenue impact. So thinking about that, I think this is a clear trend that we should keep our eyes open and what we need to look for in the OT cybersecurity space today and beyond. Thank you.